Hey everyone. I wanted to make a video to thank the Heavenly Father for how he answered several important prayers of mine, and it seemed like he answered them all at once recently. And it all began because I didn't feel like my life was very important to anyone or to this world in general. So I started to pray that the Heavenly Father would use me to bear fruit somehow, like the Bible tells us to do. And I just I've never felt important to anyone. I try to get close to friends and family, but it seems like it's usually a one-sided thing with all the effort on my part, and it seems like I'm just a burden to a lot of people. So my existence on Earth probably hasn't made much of a difference to anyone, I figured. But soon after that, my grandma ended up in the hospital in renal failure, and she's the only one that I felt important to at the time. And I was really depressed thinking of what life would be like without her. I just felt like I wouldn't matter to anybody then, and there was really no purpose for me to even be alive. And I remember I was so depressed that I prayed for the Heavenly Father to just end my life, not to make me wake up to face another day, because I remember telling him, there's nothing that I can do for you. There's nothing I can do to ever make a difference in this world. There's nothing that you can use me for, and all this life is going to be for me is pain and sorrow all the way until the end, and I wish that he would just end it and not make me wake up again. Well, not long after that, I accidentally came across this strange video on YouTube. The title said it was a video of John Podesta beating a child, and I clicked on it thinking that it had to be some kind of hoax or something. My curiosity got the best of me, I guess. But I had to turn it off almost immediately. It just felt like a piece of my soul died. I don't know if it really was John Podesta or not, but there was a man with a little boy, and he was saying really sick things to him, and the child was crying, and he was just so terrified and begging him to stop, and I couldn't stand it. My heart broke. It hurt me so deeply to hear the terror and desperation in that child's cries. And I remember I said another prayer to ask if there was anything I could do to help children who fall victim to abuse like this. Well, the next thing I knew, the channel called Lift the Veil had this contest about this topic. And the contest was for people to make a short video to raise awareness about child sex trafficking. And the guy running the contest showed a short video on how to make videos. So it was funny that I just prayed for any opportunity to make even a small difference in this cause. So I decided to enter the contest. And part of the contest was to say why child sex trafficking matters to us. And I knew that if I wanted to help anyone else, even in a small way, that I'd have to be open about what had happened to me. And while I've always been accused of oversharing to the point of making people uncomfortable even, this was one of the few secrets that I'd kept from almost everyone since I was about 14 years old. I didn't relish the idea of having anyone know what had happened to me, especially people who know me. But I began to think about all that I've been through, about all the things that have happened to me, and also mistakes that I've made and pain that I've brought on myself through bad choices. It made me think of a sermon that I once heard. The pastor was talking about how when someone gets bitten by a poisonous snake, often the antidote can only be made from the blood of someone who survived what's trying to kill the other person. And it was a powerful message about how the Heavenly Father wants to use our pain to create a serum that'll save someone else. And something in my heart and mind changed after that, and I prayed a different prayer. And I said something like this: Father, I give it all to you. All of my mistakes, all of my pain, it's yours now. I'll come forward in front of the whole world with anything that could help someone else. I might be ashamed, but bringing you glory and helping others is more important than my shame. Please take it, Father. Please take all of it. So I made that video, and I got the idea that maybe the Heavenly Father could use me by making other videos too and sharing my experiences with others. And I ended up winning that contest, much to my surprise. I found out that my story had touched people, and another woman even told me that it gave her the courage to make a video for the contest too, where she also came forward as a sexual abuse survivor. And after I won that contest, the chat room and the comments section of that video just seemed full of people wanting to get in touch with me and saying nice things about me and wanting the link to my channel. And the host of the show also said he was going to teach me more about making videos. And it just seemed like the Heavenly Father was confirming that he was answering my prayer by leading me in this direction. And not long after all that excitement, I got an email forwarded to me. It was from a man who does a radio show on a gospel radio channel in Louisiana. And the exact words in the beginning of the email say, "I thought you and Becca would be encouraged to hear more fruit of the Fearless initiative." And Fearless was the name of the contest. But the exact words of my prayers were for the Father to use me to help me bear fruit. So how much more obvious could he be that this was him answering the prayer than to get this email where this man who didn't even know me used those exact words? And I'm not so full of myself to think that I'm gonna save the world by making YouTube videos, but helping even one person is awesome enough for me and more than I ever thought my life would mean. I had also been praying to find friends who shared my interests. I had made a few casual chat friends, and that was all I'd really hoped for, but I also made one really good friend through this, and she's become like a sister to me, and she's so important to me. And most of my friendships in the past have been so unbalanced. It just always feels like I'm some lost little puppy following people around, like begging them to pay attention to me, and it's not a mutual thing. It's just, it seems like I'm a bother to them, but I need them. But with her, it's not like that. It's a mutual respect and mutual, it's just a mutual friendship, and it's a lot different than other friendships I've had, and I'm very thankful to have her in my life. Someone who actually enjoys talking with me and doesn't act like it's a chore or an act of pity for me. And somewhere in between all this, there were other prayers answered too. The reason I don't show myself on camera is because of the skin disease I have, and I was even afraid to look in the mirror for almost 2 years. I would get so discouraged, and I just couldn't handle looking in the mirror. But that anxiety went away, along with a lot of other anxiety that I had, and the symptoms of my disease became a lot better too. So many prayers just seem to be answered all at once, and I don't pretend to know why the Heavenly Father chose that timing. But I'm not depressed and suicidal anymore, and I actually find joy in life, and I feel a sense of purpose now. And maybe doing YouTube videos and being a good friend to someone aren't my only purposes for this life, but even if they are, I'm okay with that. I just want to make the Heavenly Father proud when I stand before Him someday. And I prayed all of these prayers, not really expecting any of them to be answered honestly. So all I can say is keep on praying, and you might find yourself as surprised as I did. And I thank you for listening to this testimony, and may the Heavenly Father bless you.